reddening up the outside of the leg of Corin Eaton. Oh, huge knee up the middle, and it's over! Unbelievable!
What timing on that knee.
Hello. Congratulations on the victory. So at the end of round 2, your coach James Krause is screaming in your face, calling you sort of names and saying, "We need a finish." Did you know for every second of that third round you could still get a finish?
I feel like I'm one of the most dangerous guys in the UFC. I feel like I'm dangerous from round 1 to round 3, and that's a tribute to my cardio, my conditioning team, my coaches. I feel like I can finish the fight at any time, and I definitely proved that tonight.
Did you need that kick at the end of the second round, or did you know as well that it could be going either way and perhaps you needed that finish?
I'm always hunting the finish, whether I'm up or down. I don't get paid for overtime. In fact, I get paid less the farther it goes. So I definitely think that chasing the finish and showing that you can finish at any time, even when you're ahead or behind or whatever it was, you're going to get rewarded for that. I truly believe that I'm going to get $50,000 for that finish. It's one of the latest finishes in a 3-round fight, and I definitely think that I deserve the 50 Gs.
Kevin had a mental breakdown, and he compared it to Oliver McCall against Lennox Lewis back in 1997. Do you feel that there was any way that was a mental breakdown on his part, that the pressure got to him of being in the main event and that he kind of reacted the way he did because of that?
Nah, he just couldn't stop the takedowns. It's funny, he kept presenting his hips, you know. Every time he's kind of a guy who's very explosive, like to run in, but he's long, so he kind of get away with it at times. So he kept presenting his hips, and he was there for the taking down. Dana White's one of these guys, you know, he'll be upset with you. I'll come out the next fight, knock a guy out, and he'll be happy again. So it's all good. Listen, Hollins, come on, man. You got to do better than that. That was pretty stupid. You know, work to get out of positions. You know, you're talking the whole time. And, you know, funny, I was going to talk back to him during the fight, but I'm like, this guy's just stupid. He's just standing. He's just laying here talking, not improving position. So I just let him, you know, I didn't want to break his rhythm. Just let him keep doing his thing, you know, so.
Backfight, chasing that rear naked choke throughout the whole round. He's softened
Big
off.
squeeze and it's over!
Beautiful
Honey,
work.
the Bunny is back! Wow. Absolutely flawless performance from Liverpool's own Paddy Pimblett.
Really very impressive. Calm and composed, but as soon as it hits the floor, he's...
I wanted to get your take on something because you said something earlier that kind of boggled my mind when we were talking about the heart issue and fans hitting you up thinking that you were ducking and you were afraid to fight Kevin Holland. And it's something that I saw you post on social media as well after the Conor McGregor-Dustin Poirier fight, because I know you took umbrage with some people and some fans sort of giving Conor a hard time about the loss and everything. And we're seeing a lot of that when it comes to what happened in the fight between Aljamain Sterling and Petr Yan with the illegal knee. And you know this as well as anybody. It can be pretty rough on the interwebs at times being part of this sport. What is that like, man? Like as a fighter to deal with these kinds of things, and how do you navigate that stuff? Because it's probably hard to ignore and you don't want to drive yourself too crazy with it.
The reason why you don't really see fighters saying stuff like that is because they actually have to fight, right? So if they got to fight next week, they don't want to be talking right now and then get knocked unconscious by somebody next week, right? It's just real, you know, like, and a lot of fighters know that things happen, right? I mean, we put our bodies through a lot. So stuff happens, but it's very annoying. It's extremely annoying, especially when before I made it to the UFC, I was, I want to say I was 9-0 or 8-0, one of those, with all finishes but one, right? I was finishing everybody like crazy. And then I came into the UFC, got 2 finishes, knockout finishes. Then I stopped and went to the police academy, came back, took a couple losses, and now it's like everybody forgets everything, right? Or if you have a heart problem, right? They can know you have a heart problem, but for some reason, it's just more entertaining if I was scared, right? So I don't know, man. And it doesn't help that people say things. I mean, even Dana, right? Like Dana will say stuff, right? And he's a civilian too, right? It's not like he's he's somebody who's getting out of there and putting anything on the line, right? So he says stuff too. Like he basically led towards me being scared. He's like, oh, these are big events, and some of these guys can handle it, some of these guys can't, and so he'll say stuff like that. So when fans hear stuff like that, and it's coming from Dana, now it's like, oh well, Dana's saying it, right? So, right, it's like for some reason he has some kind of credibility there when he's never had to really lace up and do the job, and it doesn't help also when Holland was talking too. He was like, I think he said I held my breath or something like that to get out of the fight. I held my breath and passed out. But he made it clear that he was just upset that the fight didn't happen and stuff. So I won't go too much on that. But when people hear that, it becomes an entertaining thing for them to just keep it going, right? Like, oh, he was scared, right? That's the fun thing. I guess it's much more fun than me having heart issues.
Biggest challenge, the biggest name that I can collect, and the more belts that I can take with me, so I can look at for the rest of my retirement.
Nice. So talking about big names, what if Conor McGregor signed with bare knuckle? Would you want to fight him?
I love that fight. Fight him in any weight class he wants. Any weight class he wants. Any weight class, Conor McGregor come and get it straight to the title. Just engage it straight to the title. George Masvidal, the BMF, about to fight for the UFC title at 170, right? You want your rematch?
You said you beat him, right?
Yeah, I beat him on a decision. Look, I beat Masvidal in 2012 in the AAA arena here in Miami.
Well said. So where do we go from here, Tim? I mean, you jump up 2 spots in the rankings. You're in the top 10 again at 125. No shortage of exciting matchups out there for you. There's a fun flyweight bout coming up on Saturday with Mateus Nicolau and Manel Cape. Kai Kara France got a good win on Saturday. Just so many 25ers out there. What kind of sticks out to you in terms of your next move, time frame, etc.?
Man, as far as time goes, I'm good to go, minus Gina's fight. But you're right. There's some good fights coming up. Everybody in the division right now is good. There's no like lingers hanging around. All those guys already got fired. So it's a bunch of killers, and being in the top 10 doesn't really mean anything. That Manel Cape, like that dude's a gangster. Kai Kara France, like there's so many good, exciting fights, but those are the ones I want. I want the exciting ones. I feel like this fight wasn't a great stylistically exciting matchup, but I think Kai Kara France would be. He's not going to stay down when you take him down. He's going to get up and try to knock my head in, and I do better with guys like that. When I'm getting hit a little bit and getting pushed backwards a little bit, it brings the best out of me. So guys like that or bonus money guys, and that's what I really like. So if I could get my ideal matchup, it would be Kai Kara France the weekend after Gina's fight.
Oh, big shots landed for Tuivasa.
Great close to the round for Ty. We might not get there. Ty Tuivasa at the gun with a huge knockout of the skyscraper.
An uppercut here is going to sneak in after the body shot that hurt Struve really bad. There it is right there. That right uppercut hurt Struve. Struve goes down, and it's right with the...
Saw in the cage, you got Triple C in your corner. Yeah. What does it mean to have a guy like that, one of the best to ever do this sport, and he's with you, he supports you, and he helps you? What's it like having that guy in your corner?
Man, this show is so special, man. So special because you bring to you like more confidence on the fight, Like I live with him. I moved to US in 2015, and then I was with a tourist visa. I fought with this visa. I got deported to Brazil. I stayed there for like a whole year trying to get back. It was so hard, and then he was helping me, to come back, and then I came back, and then he was helping me to get the UFC contract. So, man, this guy is like an angel in my life. He helped me training, he helped in everything, man. Means a lot, means word. So special, man. I feel I'm blessing,
Reprezentant Senegalu, Usman Dzia i jego rywal Mariusz Pudzianowski. Usman 151-200. call it. One and done on the knockout for the Trailblazer.
There it is, that right hand. He doesn't overhand it, he doesn't swing it. It's straight from the arm, straight down the middle, down the pipe, right on the jaw of his opponent.
Reprezentant Senegalu, Usman Dzia i jego rywal Mariusz Pudzianowski. Usman 151-200.
Derek Brunson, three-time Division II All-American wrestler.
Oh, that's it! Derek Brunson! That is it! Derek Brunson does it again! The first round finishes continue to pile up. Derek Brunson, man.
Oh, wow, look for UFC.
Oh, yes. I'm getting one of these babies, make no mistake.